you couldn't get any further outside than Yayoi Kusama, who many regard as Japan's and possibly the world's greatest living artist. Her work has influenced the avant-garde for over 3 decades. She's now being celebrated in major exhibitions around the world. Ignored for most of her life, she's finally gaining acceptance in her own home country.
Japanese museums didn't even look at my paintings in the past. But now, because I'm famous all over the world, they even go all the way to America to buy it.
Her life's work has revolved around something that might seem small and inconsequential, but in Kusama's hands, it becomes as significant as the universe itself.
There are infinite dots in this universe. The stars are dots, and we are all dots. You are a dot. You are a dot. I am a dot. There are lots of countries, and they are all dots.
Kusama has spent her life with dots, from horses to humans, from clothes to clouds, from cats to concrete. Kusama has placed dots on everything. Her dottiness began at an early age.
When I was about 7, I was drawing a picture of my mother, and I saw lots of dots. I was most likely hallucinating. And I decided to develop that into art.
Throughout her life, Kusama has had intermittent bouts of mental illness and has often spent time in hospital for treatment. But that's never stopped her work.
I had psychological worries and imaginations, and we tried to work on that through art.
Kusama grew up in the shadow of the bomb. She had an unhappy childhood and lost herself in her paintings.
My family were against me painting, so I used to write and draw in secret.
From the age of 12, Kusama drew up to 300 pictures a day, many of an unconventional nature.
There was no understanding of new art, so instead of sending message to small Japan, I decided to send it to the entire world.
Rejected in Japan, Kusama went to America in 1957, where she joined the avant-garde scene and met a young commercial illustrator named Andy Warhol.
Andy is very famous now and left his name, but back in the day, it was very difficult for him. It was difficult for me too.
In 1965, she started staging spontaneous happenings around New York, including Wall Street and Central Park. These happenings became part of Kusama's Love Forever philosophy, an early protest against the Vietnam War.
In America during the Vietnam War, I organized lots of anti-war movements. It's because of my childhood that I hated war so much.
Kusama's happenings consisted of body painting and public orgies. She documented these events in an experimental film called Self-Obliteration, a concept based on her famous dot theory.
Self-obliteration. If you stick yourself a dot onto all the other dots, my life will disappear into these dots into infinity.
And now, as she approaches her 80th year, Kusama is as prolific as ever, with galleries around the world clamouring to show her work. Being an outsider has clearly paid off.
I don't have any regrets. Oh, but before I went to America, I burned 2,000 of my own pictures behind my house. I thought I want to create much better art. I regret burning these 2,000 pieces of art. They are most likely fantastic. I wanted to make something even better.
Kusama-sensei, we think you did.